Good afternoon, everyone. How's everyone today? We're going to be fitting this little board onto here with two switches to control these point motors underneath. We're going to be using some self-centering toggle switches. So while we're waiting for more people to join, I'll just get things ready. Hi Andrew, how are you today? Hi Pete. Afternoon. Just going to start by lengthening these cables underneath so they'll reach the switch. We'll do one at a time. Hi Graham. So how is everyone today? How's that picture? Is it a bit blurry? Is that Chris Hells? Is he having a problem with noise? Pete, I haven't caught up with Chris's stream in a while because his stream clashes with kids coming home from school and dinner time for me, so I don't often get a chance to catch it live. So what I'm doing here is, say, lengthening the cables on this particular point motor. And I've just got this little board I'm going to attach the switches to. I'm hoping I can get, when things reopen, I can get something better than this piece of wood, or just get some plastic to cover over it to make it look better and line it out properly. This is just rough just to get me going. Let's move the camera and see if it. I'm going to move the camera and I will show you the point work I done last night. So I got those 2 points in. They're all in. Now what I'm doing here today on the live stream with drilling these out, putting the switches on, soldering up everything, I'll be done in more detail in the video that's coming out on Friday, because I'm going to be putting a switch panel here to control all this. So there'll be in more detail. So if you miss anything today, hopefully you should see it on Friday. Just trying to think where's best to put this camera. So I'll just put it up on here for now. You can look at my ugly mug. Right, so first thing now is I'm going to drill a couple of holes in this for the switches. I'm going to start off with a 5mm and then get bigger if needed. Oh. My solder wiring wasn't in its holder properly, and it's just been melting the plastic, so there's a wonderful smell in here now. Just a little toggle switch, 3 terminals. So the center terminal will be live, and then the outer terminals will be from either side of the solenoid. Oh, needs to be a bit bigger. Maybe it's 8mm. Sandpaper just to take the rough edges away. It's probably a bit too big, but there's one switch in. So let's Momentary switch, self-centering. Tighten it up. And we'll drill the other hole now. So it's just two switches going on this panel because it's just for these 2 points here, which take it down to the lower level. Hi Seamus, how you doing? And tighten that one up. Yeah, it's a momentary type, so it's self-centering, so you just flick it up and down. So I've got my test CD unit there because I'm getting, I've got another unit that I'm going to put in over here when I do this switch, because these two switches are just by themselves and going to be used rarely. I'm going to run a live from that CDU around to here, but I'm using my test one today just to test and make sure everything's working, so I'll hook it up to that. But I'll put the leads on to work all the way around. Right, I'll put this tripod away. It seemed to be more of a nuisance today than any good. You can start to see the metal. I'm running out of red. Hi, Kieran. Hi, Tim. So this is going to be the live feed. Coming from the CDU. And then I'll daisy chain it onto the other switch. Hi, Rachel. over here so you can watch me burn myself while soldering. Oh, you remember yesterday I lost that screwdriver? I found it. I must have dropped it on the floor and then kicked it because it went underneath these cabinets I have over here. Haven't seen Jerry on here for a while. Wasn't he getting a shed delivered or something? Or building a shed in his garden? Maybe he's busy doing that. A little bit of solder and just tin these together. Right, I'm just going to tin each of the terminals. Try and do this over here in the camera so you can see my shaky hands. Oh, Pete, I was watching your video this morning. Where do you get your music from? Is that the YouTube stuff or? we go. So there's the live feeds into the switches. So I'm going to attach this live, just twist it on to the live coming out of the CDU. Always remember, have all this switched off until you're ready to test it. You don't want it to have your track power off as well. Until you're ready to do some testing. Right. So now I can just attach into the switch and see if they're throwing the direction I wanted to throw on the switch, so I know they're the right way around. So if it seems, let's move this, sorry guys. So when I flick up, it goes that way. When I flick down, it goes straight. And the opposite on that one, so when it flicks down, it goes that way. Flicks up, goes that way. So that seems more natural to me. Way to set it, more instinctive. You know, in the heat of the moment, when you've got your 300-pound loco barreling towards the points and you forgot to flick it over, you can run over and before it derails and smashes into something else. This is where having some crocodile clips can be handy. So I want to connect these to the bottom switch because it's the near point. So you can see I just got crocodile's clips attached to the other terminals on the switch. And then that I can throw them, switch on the power, throw the switch and see if it goes the way I want it is. And then I can just solder the wires on them. So put this down carefully to make sure nothing is touching. It's going to trip out. So I want it the other way around. So I want it, when I flick up, I want it to go off. So I just need to swap these around. It goes up, it goes off. That's it. So now I know I need to solder the red wire to the bottom and the yellow to the top. So I'll disconnect the power and I'll solder those two on, and then we can have a look at the other terminal. Does that make sense? Hey guys, I'll move the camera in a minute. Right, so there they go. So that's that one wired in. I'll flick it over to the point. And I will just plug in the power. And we can test it. Yeah, so up, it goes off to the lower level, down, it carries on straight. So that's one done. Now we just need to solder up the other one. Now once that's done and once soldered on, we will switch on the track power, and we can make sure, or I've already tested them, so they should work, but make sure the frogs are working. If I get this other switch panel in tonight and get the filming done on it, and hopefully tomorrow we can just have a running session testing all the point work, make sure it all works. And I can tidy up the wiring as well underneath. Put some cable ties on, tidy it up, clip it all into place. Because this wiring under here, as you can see, is just a real rat's nest. Right, so I'm just lengthening the other point. Where's the black? I just think no one's talking today, Pete. I think everyone's pretty quiet. They're just memorized by my work here. Hi, Finbar. How you doing? Sorry, you probably got a good view of the top of my head. I just joined these wires up. See all my grey hairs. No, there it is. Slowly losing my mind again. So we have the red and yellow, and the black is the common. Hi Dave, how you doing? Yes, will he, won't he burn himself with the soldering iron? All right, so same thing again. Use the crocodile leads, hook up to the red and yellow to make sure it throws the way I want it to. And then once I'm happy, then I can solder them in. If you're wondering where I got them, every so often these come into little. It's just a box full of crocodile clips. So you can make up your own leads or actually use them for holding things while you're painting, all sorts of stuff. Hi Rebecca, how are you today? Well, it's after 1 o'clock, you're finished your online school. So you get 80, 40 of each colour in the box. Right, so let's hook them up. And switch on the power. I'll show you one there. That's them there, Seamus. So they got a little screw for connection. You can crimp them in. And you got the little colour plastic sleeve that goes over the end. You know, not as impressed as I was, Dave. That was my first time attempting a tree. I watched a lot of tutorials on it and I thought, you know, I'll give it a go. And I watched a few different tutorials and I sort of took different things from different videos I've seen and put it together. And it came out quite well. You know, at first I got the proportions wrong and I had to trim it down. But yeah, it doesn't look too bad. You know, using the different colored flocks highlights the different colors, as a tree isn't always just a single shade of green. And having a few little bits of the sea foam not covered as well. That branch coming out there where I cut it off, left it off. Just, it actually looks quite good. A few people have been impressed with it. Finbar, whenever I'm out shopping, whether it be in Poundland or Deals here in the Republic or Pound Stretcher, B&M, I'm always looking around stuff, seeing what I can use for modeling, what I can pick up. So we got the switch on this point now. So that's going straight. So I want it the other way around. So that is one thing, you know, so I want the red on the top. I unplug the power again. Move this back a bit, try and give you something to see instead of my red top. Oh, there's a bit of gunk on the end of that. I don't know what that is. It stems from grape branches. Oh, that's a good idea. So I'm just tinning the ends. So where's the red wire going? I did say red to the top, didn't I? Right, let's plug the power in, see if I got that right. So it's that way around. It's going straight and down like that to go off. Yep. I'm just going to put a couple of screws in that panel. And just hold it in place. Hi, Paul. You're very welcome. How are you doing today? Yeah, I got for the hedges I've used horsehair and the sea foam, of course, before, and I've got some of the woodland scenic clump foliage. It looks quite good, especially if you get some of the like this scatter here, the different colored ones, yellow, orange, red, for just sprinkling over it so it looks like berries or flowers. Could be quite effective. Right, so there's a temporary panel for that. So what I'm going to do now is switch on the power and then make sure the frogs are working. The good thing about this using the Railmaster system, there's always a buzz coming off it, so you know it's live. If the buzz stops, you know a short's happened and it's gone out. Right, so trusty track tester. It's working. And that's working. Let's make sure it doesn't. Yeah. Yep. That's working. So it's all working. So, well, have I got a train? I can run around. Right, let's boot up the Railmaster system. I got the 56 on the inside line, so I can run it through the point and see how it goes. I can't run them all the way around because I still have to cut the bars on the points, and I don't want to do that until I've wired them up and tested them and make sure everything's working. Don't forget to hit the like button for me, guys, and subscribe if you're new here, if you like what you're seeing. If you've got any questions, just pop them in the chat. So the video that'll be out Friday this week will be a detailed video on putting in the double slips and wiring up the seat point motors and putting the switches and everything on them, getting it all up and working with a CDU. It takes about 5 minutes for the Railmaster to boot up. There we go. All right, let's find the 56. Put the lights on. Something handy about locos with lights on with DCC. You can see which way around they are. Ooh, something happened there. It shorted on the... I because I didn't have the switch thrown. Yeah, that's probably it. Now I have to reboot it. That was a user error. Had the switch thrown the wrong way for it to come across. All right, let's try that again. Yeah, now it doesn't want to respond. All right, let's reboot the whole system. Railmaster does have its limitations sometimes. There probably is, Seamus, but that was my fault for not having the point thrown the wrong way. So when it went over the insulated joiner, the frog was charged a different way and it caused it short. There we go. Take it through the point. Stop it. There we go. And away it goes down. I'll bring it back through again. Bring it back the other way. There we go. Let's put something on the other rail, see what I got over here, ready to go on. Duck didn't like that. Is that a bit of dirt? All right, let's flick it and see. Now it likes going the other way. Let's take the duck off there a minute and just. Oh, it's not lighting up. Okay, let's try that again. Okay, it just didn't throw properly. Yeah, you can get little things, Seamus, that you put in, but you'd be wiring them in all over, everywhere there was a point. And it would cost a fortune, never mind the wiring of it. Right, I just need to be more positive on the point change, I think. I think I was just flicking a little bit too quick. Well, now it is live, so it's not. Can you see the light on there? So it's not the track, it's actually the engine. So maybe just that the track is a little bit dirty. Got the old track rubber on it. Oh yeah, it is a bit tarnished. All right, let's bring Duck back and see what happens. But really, you shouldn't be sending an engine through a point that isn't set for it anyway. Yeah, Duck doesn't like that. So I'm going to have to do a little bit of work on this point, because it is the start of the decline, the incline as well. So I think it needs a little bit more. I think the actual angle is the issue. Yeah, I think it needs a couple of track pins in there just to get it in the right position. But this is what all the next week or so will be about, is testing once all these points are in. Yeah, Seamus, as I was thinking, is putting in LED indications of the throw of the point. Have them on the board so you know which way it's going. Yeah, stalling is, and when you're doing live streams like this, that's when it will stall. It will work fine, and as soon as you switch the camera on, everything breaks. Now, for some reason, duck has decided to stop. Yes, Seamus, another video putting in LED indication lights, which should be simple enough to do. Anyway, I'm going to call it a day there, guys. I obviously need to do a little bit more on that track work around that point, so I'll try and get that fixed. Hopefully I'll get the wiring and that done for the double slips and the other point work going into the station, so we can have a bit of a running session tomorrow. So thanks for tuning in, guys. Stay safe, everyone. And don't forget to hit that like button for me and subscribe if you're new here. And I will catch you guys tomorrow again at 12:30. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.